Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Phil with Arete Law. This is the first of your 3 value videos I'm going to be sending you in a couple of emails. But this is the first one, and I think it's the most basic question. It's the most important question, really, to start off with, which is what is estate planning? We're going to talk about what is, what isn't. We're going to go over some different common mistakes as well, and to talk about how easy it is. So, in this video, we're going to discuss, like I said, what isn't estate planning. We're going to dispel some myths and get through those. What estate planning actually is, we're going to go over some of the higher points of that. Common mistakes that people make while estate planning, which is always something that I see a lot of people do. And the final question is it easy to do so? So we're going to get right into it. What estate planning isn't. So the first thing is it's not complicated. A lot of people think that estate plans have to be these big, complicated things. And especially if they're working with an estate planning attorney, they believe it has to be some big, complicated thing. When in reality, it doesn't have to be that hard. It really comes down to picking a couple people who you trust to either be your trustee or your executor, who's going to get what, and that's about it. Once you go from there, there's some other things we go over, but really that's about as much as you need to do if you want to set up your estate plan. 2, it has to be really expensive. I've seen some attorneys charge upwards of $10,000 for an estate plan, which I don't really understand what they're charging for $10,000. It must be the gold-plated dishes in the conference room or something like that, but that's not what we charge here. Here we charge flat fee, affordable prices. You know exactly what you're going to get. We've streamlined it to make it easier, and we've passed on the savings to you. So it doesn't have to be really expensive. At least if you work with Arete Law, it doesn't have to be really expensive. Number 3, it's only for rich people. A lot of people always say, well, I don't need an estate plan because I don't have anything. And that's not always the case. There's more to estate planning than just who's going to get your stuff after you pass away. There's a lot of decisions you have to make that protect your health, your finances, even while you're alive. If you're incapacitated, who's going to take care of your minor children, stuff like that. And that's stuff you don't want to really leave to chance or for people to fight over. So it's not only about what stuff you're going to leave behind. Estate planning is a lot more than that. 4, set in stone. A lot of people think that once you do an estate plan, it's basically set in stone, which is not the case at all. A lot of our packages, wills, and trusts are easily amendable. And with our free lifetime review, so if you do an estate plan with us, you get free lifetime review of your estate plan with us. All you have to do is come back, we'll review it. If you want to amend something or change it, it's not that expensive. It's pretty quick to do so. And it's not set in stone. A lot of people think that they have to figure it all out and make the final decision. It's not set in stone. You can always change your mind down the line. So it's better to have something in place. And if you change your mind, you can always come back and change it. But it's always better to have something in place. So what estate planning actually is. So it's protection for you, first and foremost. It's protection for you and your assets as well as your health. That means that it's not only your assets, like I said, it's also your financial power of attorney. Who's going to be making financial decisions for you if you're incapacitated? Who's going to be looking after your mortgage? Who's going to be able to access your bank account? Stuff like that. That's stuff that you need to think about as well when it comes to an estate plan. Stuff like advanced healthcare directive. Who's going to be making healthcare decisions on your behalf if you're incapacitated? So it's protection for you, not only for your assets, but for your finances as well as your health. Second, protection for loved ones. I've seen too many times in probate litigation, people who fight out over stuff because nobody left a will, nobody left any sort of guidance, and one person says this and one person says that, and they come in with all this different evidence, and you spend thousands of dollars on litigating who gets what and who's going to end up with the house. When in reality, the only people who are really making money in that scenario is the probate attorneys, and nobody wants that. You want to be able to pass on what you want to pass on to your loved ones without worrying about being fought out in court for years. It's peace of mind as well. Like I said, you want to make sure that you know where everything is going to go, who has the instructions, and you can trust that people are going to make the right decisions for you after you've passed away. So it's peace of mind while you're alive. Who's going to be taking care of your finances if you're incapacitated? Who's going to be making your healthcare decisions? But also after you pass away, who's going to be in control of your estate? Who's going to help distribute your estate? Who's going to be in charge? Can you trust them? Are they responsible? Who's going to be taking care of any minor children if something were to happen? So that's the peace of mind that it is. And like I said, and I've been saying it a lot, is it's also for while you're alive. And we're going to go over that a little bit more in video 3. We're going to talk about the specific documents, but it is also for while you're alive too. It's not just for after you pass. Now, the common mistakes I always see are downloading a form from LegalZoom, which there are very, very basic forms and they are not customized to you, which makes it a problem. They are also very short, which means that they don't run the entire gamut of everything that needs to be covered. Our forms that we use are California specific. They run the gamut of everything that you need to go over. It is comprehensive and complete. They've been used, looked over, and they've been tweaked, and they are what you need legally. So downloading a form from Zoom, not going to cut it. It may do a little bit, but it's not in the long run going to give you all the protection you need. Second, not learning enough about estate planning. I think the number one thing that prevents people from getting estate planning is they don't really know a lot about estate planning. They think it's just, I need to draft a will and that's the end of it. But if you've been sticking with me in this video so far, it shows that you're interested in learning about it, and you're going to learn more about it in the second and third video as well. And the more you know about it, the more informed you can be and figure out which one's right for you. And that's really to figure out what estate plan is right for you and be able to pick it. And the final thing is obviously not doing anything. That's the common mistake I always see. And it always ends up in court and somebody's always fighting over something. And that's the most costly and common mistake, because you end up paying probate attorneys to fight it out and then nobody gets anything. That's the most costly common mistake that I see. So finally, how easy is it? Well, with Arete Law, we make it really easy. We streamline the process to make it super easy for you to complete an estate plan. When we go through an initial consultation, we'll go over what is best for you, whether it's a will-based or a trust-based estate plan. We'll talk more about what the difference is in video 2. And once we go from there, we will move forward with reviewing your assets, a second step, and choose the people who you want to be in charge. So that means who's going to be your agent for your healthcare, who's going to be your financial power of attorney, who's going to be executor of your will and your trustee or your successor trustee, who are going to be your beneficiaries, where is your estate going to go to. Once we've done that and we get all that information, final step, we draft the documents and send them over to you to go over. If there's no changes needed, great, they're the final copies. You can sign them and you have a legal, and in some cases you have to sign them and get a notary. But after that, you'll have a legal and professionally customized estate plan for you that you are comfortable knowing that is going to protect you and your loved ones. So there are going to be 2 more videos. Keep an eye out for that. If you're ready to jump in right now, you can go ahead and schedule a consultation by going to the calendar below this video. Pick a time that's convenient for you, get scheduled right into my calendar, and we can start off right away. Or you can call the firm. Our receptionist is available 24/7 at 619-693-6474. Or if you just want to send an email and ask a general question, go to info@arete.law. So keep a lookout for the second video. That'll be coming up soon, and I'll see you on the next one.